going on, guys? Our ambassador's out here again, same spot. The wind has shifted on me. It's coming out of the southwest, which is typically some of the better wind. You can see out there on the points, the wind is blowing pretty good on the points. I'm going to give you guys a couple pointers out here for if you ever come out in a raft or a kayak or a float tube. One thing you're going to want, definitely, number one, is an anchor. Got this from Cody from English from Birth. Thank you for that, Cody. You always want some paddles. Got to be able to paddle yourself around. If you got a float tube, you can kick yourself around with your foot paddles, which is a little easier than you got your hands free. I prefer to have the raft over a kayak because I got more space in here to move my stuff around. I can carry more stuff. I've fished out of kayaks a few times and I flipped over and lost all my stuff in the water. So you got to have a real stable kayak if you're going to kayak fish. Something else you want to think about. If you got one of those little flimsy, just tooling around kayaks, you're probably going to flip over in that thing. So come out here. The other thing you're going to want is I went ahead and I got myself a rechargeable pump. That thing airs this raft up so fast. I mean, it's pretty quick. Goes pretty fast. And what I have also is my backup pump. So if my battery pump goes out, then I got my backup pump. I got a couple other chambers that I got to air up, and I'm gonna be out on the water. I got an extra rope in case I lose my weight. I can tie it onto a rock. I always bring out water and drinks and snacks. You always want to bring more than one pole out just in case you snap off or your line gets tangled up or something like that. I've had times when I just brought one pole out, fished for about 10 minutes, and I tangled up and I ended up having to leave, and that's kind of sucks. So don't want to do that. Our ambassador is going to get out here, man. Got this crankbait that I painted. I'm gonna go throw this thing, see what it does. It's pretty loud, like a rattle trap. Figured I'd give them a little something different to look at. Well, a couple little tips for you guys. Another tip with the wind, when you got an anchor, depending on which way the wind's blowing, you can hook your anchor on a different side of the raft and it'll position you different ways in the wind. So you're not trying to cast over your back or anything. You can position yourself to where you're casting the way you want to cast. So I'm gonna hit this area in the flat. This is where there was another guy out here the other day on his kayak. I hooked into a bass right over there. He hooked into a bass right here. And right here is where that helicopter was sucking all the water out the other day. So, yep, I'm gonna get him. I can see a couple little fish out there jumping. So I see a big line of all the stuff because the wind has shifted. So you got a big line of all the stuff blowing through the water right there. Guarantee the fish will be congregated in that stuff. Anytime I see a little slick line like that, like on a point or something like that, it's kind of like fishing in a river. You got to find those little eddies and stuff like that. It's a little different in ponds, but it's where I get my fish, man. Our ambassador is where I get my fish. Thanks for watching. So, our ambassador's out here trying to give you guys some more tips today. One of my biggest tips that I learned watching some old footage of a guy, ESPN's Bass Professor. I used to watch his videos like 6 years ago. Well, something going on right now. I've been out here for an hour and I haven't got a bite yet. Now what's going on is there's no moon in the sky at all. So the moon has not come up. So I look over the trees over here and we're coming into a full moon cycle. The moon is just now coming up over the trees over here. So basically we're fishing on a moonrise. A moonrise is about a quarter as good as when the moon is straight up in the air. When the moon is straight up in the sky, that's when I get my best fishing. That's when I caught my biggest fish. It could be in the middle of the night or the middle of the day. It depends on when the moonrise and the moonset is. So I knew coming out later in the afternoon today that I'd have a chance to fish the moonrise, which is right now, And now I'm starting to see fish jump over here in the shallows. They weren't jumping 10 minutes ago. As soon as that moon popped up, the fish are jumping now. So I'm gonna fish this Moonrise. I'm gonna hurry up, try to get on this bite right now. It'll be a pretty good bite. But in a few hours, it'll cool off, the bite will stop, and I'm gonna have to wait until evening time when the sun's about going down and the moon will be all the way up. Maybe I can get on a good topwater bite or a spinner bite when that moon's all the way up. Another thing I do when I come out to fish is I don't drink alcohol. A lot of people, you know, they associate fishing and drinking, and yeah, I do like to drink my beer and have some fun, but not when I'm on the water, man. I do not come out here and drink. I don't have the time to do that stuff. I'll be spilling beer all over the place and dropping it in the water, and no reason to bring out extra stuff. There's just no reason. I want a clear head when I'm out here fishing, man. When I'm done, I go home and edit my footage and relax and enjoy a ice cold beverage, adult beverage. But yeah, when you're on the water, you know, keep a clear head. Keep your wits about yourself. You're gonna fish a lot better. I used to come out and bring beers with me and fish, and it's why? I don't know. That's just me, man. Why? Anyway, Urban Bass Layers, I'm gonna go get on this Moonrise bite. I know you can't see the full moon, but it's right there poking up over the trees. You can barely see it. All right. He's not even trying to fight or nothing. He's just sitting there. Oh, little guy. Oh, that's so cute. It's like a real bass, only smaller. Cute little guy. In the shallow. See where that moon's at, guys? Straight up this.